Hello, my name is Emsha Bartlett. I'm a children's occupational therapist and I would like to give you some ideas of how you can help your child with ADHD. Number one, fun. We want to help our child to pay attention and we need to think about their motivation. What are they excited about? What are they likely to put their attention to? And they are far more likely to engage if they think this is going to be fun. There's a little competition element or some of their interest. For instance, even if you do handwriting, can you make that a fun activity? Adding shaving foam, chalk, or can they use a straw and pick up letters to build a word? Think about structure. Children with ADHD struggle to plan one step after the other, so we need to help them get through some tasks. So consider the flow in your house, for instance, of where you would like them to go next. Even have little footprints down or stack their clothes in an order so that they put on their clothing and at the end there's a roly-poly or a high five. Yay, I'm dressed ready for school. Think also about footprints, whiteboards, little checklists, now and then, a little visual structure for what I have to do in the morning before I go to school, and we can tick it off, and at the end, last one, yay, we're ready, we can go. It's also really important to think about the environment. Your child is struggling to pay attention to one task and they tend to look at everything else around them. Can you remove the visual distractions and the auditory distractions when you want them to sit down and work at the desk? Particularly, you want the focus to really be on this one task. Also help them to know that it's going to be an end. Keep it short and sharp and help them to really pay attention to that specific task. Sensory. I can talk a lot about sensory, so look out for my video on this in more detail. But a few tips are, number one, when your child's starting to find that their attention is sort of dropping, they're finding it hard to listen, they're listening to other distractions, and it's hard to pay attention to a voice, think how you can change the sensory aspect. You can speak more loudly and animated. You can think about their mouth. Can they maybe eat a crunchy rice cake or suck a really cold drink or even have an ice cube in their mouth? Quick little sharp movement break. Jumping up and down on the trampoline, doing 20 star jumps just on the spot, quickly high knees, or touch the floor 10 times, just to raise their arousal level so that they're ready to listen again. The other side also happens. Children with ADHD often have the tendency to get overexcited, and we need to teach them how to calm themselves down. Number one, breathing can really help, and you can do it anywhere. 6 sides of breathing is very helpful. So you can go in, hold, out, in, hold, out. You're going to have to help your child with the timing of the task and expect them to do at least 6 good ones before you move on. Slow, calm, rhythmic movements help us to reduce our sensory arousal level. And also think about yourself. How are you speaking? If you are talking too much, too fast, too loud, it is not helping your child to regulate. But if you can slow down, reduce your instructions, keep it simple, it helps them to attend. Heavy work activities are amazing. They are very helpful, and in a few minutes you can really help your child to know again where their body is in space, particularly when they're struggling to sit still. For instance, an animal walk, a bear walk, where you walk slowly on your hands and feet to go and get some honey. But you weight bearing through your joints so you get an idea of where your body is in space. Chunking. Break the task down into achievable chunks so that your child knows how much they're going to have to do of a task before they can have a break. For instance, we're going to do 20 times tables, and after that it's trampoline. When you get to the trampoline, say, okay, we're going to do 20 star jumps, 20 twist jumps, and 20 high knees, and then we're going back to the next task. So there's a clear boundary and a clear end so that you are providing that structure for them to move on to the next task. And once your child is now paying attention because you've asked them, don't add a few extras, because they want to trust you and they are applying themselves for those. So it's very tempting, but try not to do that. Lastly, I want to encourage you to celebrate small achievements with your child. Find those little things that they do, where they are trying, where they are applying themselves, and celebrate them constantly with them. Be their biggest champion. For instance, thank you so much that you stopped when I asked you, when that sometimes happens. Oh, wow, look at that word that you wrote. That is so clear. Anybody can read that. Well done. Or for instance, editing a specific piece of work. We say, wow, look, I see you've added 6 capitals this time. I think last week you did about 4. So you're improving. Well done. Let's count how many corrections you can now make. And you play that you're the teacher. And then you can see, wow, I've made so many corrections. I know that there should be capitals and I've added it on myself without nobody telling me to do it. Help them to see where they have improved. Like for instance, add little smiley faces or stars, or write the word wow next to where they have actually done something great. Celebrate the small achievements with your child. I am providing extra videos on sensory processing and on how to make handwriting fun. So do look out for those if you want some extra information. But I do hope that you can celebrate these small achievements with your child.